welcome to StudentOfLife podcast with your host, Akosia Pepper. Thank you very much for being here. Today is Sunday, and I usually record on a Saturday, but I think maybe you can hear a bit in my voice, but I've been sick. This week has not been the one. One of the worst things to have is a cold. Your head is hurting, you're sneezing, you're coughing, your nose full, you start talking like a boy. A whole lot of just is the worst ever. But I hope you guys have had an amazing week, even though mine has really been the best. And wherever you're listening to me from right now, thank you very much for tuning in right now to listen to this. I think this is episode 46. Damn, we've made it to 46. Yes, episode 46. So thank you very much, guys. And this episode, we are going to be talking about intuition. As you've already seen from the title, it's about intuition. Okay, I did a little Q&A on one of my social media platforms, and I had a listener who sent a question about intuition, and what they asked me was, what their scenario was that they never really seem to be led to positive things when they try to follow the intuition. Because that was one of the things I always preach about to you guys, follow your spirit, follow that voice within. And they're every time they try to listen to that voice, it's just negative. It never leads them down any good road. It's always darkness at the end of the road. The thing that throughout the week I've been doing is I've been asking myself, for my meditation, my prayers, that's a revelation of what exactly is it that seems to lead some people down the wrong path when it comes to listening to the intuition. Because for me, it's never failed me. Mine has always been every time I've listened to that voice within, it's led me to a path that's been good for me. And if I don't understand it at that moment, it's always been positive at it. And I'm damn, I understand why I went down that road now. Look where it's brought me. Even if I didn't understand that at the moment. Okay. A lot of people tend to also mix up their desires with their intuition. What you want and what your spirit wants you to do is two different things. We all have desires. We all have things we really want to happen. So a lot of the times, their desires will be so strong and so heightened that they will start having all these scenarios play out in their heads. They will start having all these things talking to themselves, telling themselves how they want things to go and stuff like that. That's the point where they start thinking that's the way to go. Oh, if I really feel this very strongly and I really want this, it must be that's exactly what I'm supposed to do, that's what it's supposed to be. Then they start following that and they're thinking it's their intuition because they feel it so strongly. No, it's your desires. So you need to be able to differentiate the fact that this is what you want. And when you want something and you're saying this is what you want, don't be afraid to say this is what I want. And people are afraid of it. Because they feel what if that doesn't go well? So they want to attach to something else. And you can't be attaching what you want to something else that's not what it is. But because they want to justify why they want it, so they'll attach to something else that seems more supernatural. So my intuition is no, it's not your intuition. You want that. And it's okay that you want it. It's okay that you want this life. It's okay you want to do this. It's okay you want to go here. It's okay you want to attract this kind of person to you. That's fine. But that's your desire. So that's one of the things that's really, really important. Your intuition is not just the thing with intuition here is not you telling it what you want it to do. I've had many times where I will start having the gut feeling of I need to do this, or I need to leave this place, or I need to because these kind of people I'm around. And sometimes really inside I don't want to do that. But something else in me is telling me no. My mind is telling me no, but then it's I don't really want to live here, I don't really want to do this, but something's telling me really no, you need to live, this is what it is. Even though you might want to do this right now, that's not it. For me, when it's first happening like that, and it was always right every time I listened to it, I just learned that I'm gonna keep listening to this thing, even if I don't understand it at that moment what it's trying to tell me, or I don't really agree, or I don't really see it physically, so I'm just kind of challenging it, I'm still gonna follow it. And that's how I got to be really more intuitive, because I started following it. No matter what it was, I started following it. And every time I did, it never failed me. I've been doing it up to today. Intuition, it is not something that has fear attached to it. If you have a feeling and somehow, somewhere, it seems to have fear attached to it, or you feel if you don't do this, something will happen, or you feel this rush, or you feel this vibration, it's like, ooh, you feel that very much like, it's like a lot going on. You feel kind of like unbalanced, like this like force. That is in your intuition. Your intuition is your gut feeling. It's your spirit. It's very calm. When it's coming, it's very fainted. It's very calm to a point. That's why I say, like, if you don't practice some things like meditation, if you're not very, in tune with yourself, understand yourself, and very like, within, you won't even hear it. You will never hear it, and like really like, see it when it's trying to tell you something, because it's a very calm thing. It's a calming feeling. It's very reassuring. It's not loud. It's not fear. It's not an unbalanced force. It's not crazy. It's a very faint and very calming sound, a very calming feeling. When you feel something like right in your stomach, right there, it feels very like faint. It doesn't feel like a bellyache, okay? Or like, oh, so much going on. No, it's very like faint. But it's like the people who have been able to master it, they feel it quite strongly, but it's still very, very faint. So anytime you want to do something, you want to go here, you want to do this, whatever situation is, you want to make a decision, and something is like force, it's like it's unbalanced, it's very like, a lot, it's kind of feels a bit overwhelming, but it's very like loud. That isn't your intuition. That's your other external forces. A lot of people make decisions based on anxiety, or maybe they're going through something in the moment, depression, they have a fear of something, and that's what tends to happen a lot of the time, and they keep mistaking it for intuition. You have a trauma, you have a void, you have insecurities inside they haven't dealt with, and you're moving with those insecurities, you're making decisions based on those insecurities. Or, I really wanted to do this, but then I kept feeling like it just wasn't right, so I just followed that, that's my intuition speaking to me. But it wasn't, it was your insecurity. You wanted to, go out, wear this kind of clothing, do this today and everything. But you started feeling really, really kind of like scared, feeling like something bad is going to happen, feel like people are going to look at you too much, people are going to talk down on you. Start feeling really just like feeling a whole lot of like overwhelming emotions. And then you dropped out of it because of your insecurities. And then you thought, no, I think it just wasn't meant to be today, because everything in me was just telling me no, so I just followed it. That wasn't your intuition, babes. That was not your intuition. That was fear. That was your insecurities. So every single time that you're about to make a decision, always ask yourself, is this your intuition or is this your fears? It's really, really important they do that. And that's the reason why a lot of people, intuition doesn't work for them, because they're not tapping into intuition. And with intuition, how to get a stronger intuition, how to develop it, is through self-awareness. And it's not a step that you can take to, grow your self-awareness and grow your intuition, become more better with it. It's every single time you're doing something, you're about to make a decision, you're about to walk down a certain path, whatever the situation is, and you start feeling like something's telling you this, and you follow it, always at the end, always ask yourself, why did the decision I made right there, was it good or was it wrong? Was it right or wrong? And make notes of it. You can write it down, keep a journal. How many times did you follow that voice here that didn't end up right? How many times did you follow it that was wrong? And if you have 4 out of 5 that was wrong, that was your intuition. So right there, you can start asking questions like, that was your anxiety, that was your insecurities, that was your traumas, that was your void that you have inside, you haven't healed from. And that's the importance of healing. Healing is not something, again, that's like aesthetic. It's not something they just say, just go. No. It's a journey. No one can force you to heal. No one can force you to go on a healing journey to do your shadow work and ask some questions, get deep down into yourself, work on you. You have to want to do that yourself. And it comes to self-awareness. Once you're aware of the life you live, who you are right now, and you can be honest with yourself and tell yourself that I don't like where I'm right now. I don't like the decisions that I make. I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like the way I act here, I don't like this, I don't like that. Because you become so aware and honest with yourself, you yourself will want to make that change within, because you want better. So these are some of the first things you need to start doing first. Asking questions with yourself. Being honest with you. Keep a journal, write things down. Did I go well? Did I not go well? Why? And with becoming more self-aware also comes with meditation. I will keep saying it and I will never stop saying this. Meditation is the key point when it comes to you going on a spiritual journey, going on a journey with yourself. Do you know the reason why? When you meditate, you're cutting off all of the noise. You're sitting in your room, within a space, wherever you're comfortable. It can be anywhere, wherever you are comfortable, and you can find silence. It's not noise and too much going on. Where it's silence, just you and yourself. Where you can be quiet, you can turn off all your phone, turn off everything. And it's just you yourself quiet. And you are like analyzing your thoughts. Every single thought that comes into your mind, positive or negative, you are like being aware of it, you're analyzing it and you're letting it go. And after a while, you realize all of these thoughts were then negative or positive. Within the past 10 minutes I've been doing this meditation, within the past 5 minutes, within the past 8 minutes, within the past 1 hour, how many positive thoughts did I have? How many negative did I have? Did I have any thoughts that was all my thoughts all like within this time I'm in right now, within this present moment what I'm going through? Or was it all like things I want in the future? Or was all the things I was thinking about all like in the past? Like was I living in the past? It allows you to really analyze yourself, becoming aware of yourself. And as the more you analyze yourself, you ask yourself so much questions. And you realize so many things that you do that's good or that's negative. And that's how self-awareness starts. And once you're aware, you also be able to be aware of the decision that you're making and be honest with yourself. Is it good? Is it bad? And why? And the why is, am I operating on my decisions from a negative point of view or from a positive point of view? Am I leading with my spirit and leading with within and following within like who I am and why I'm here? That spirit and that soul within me that's guiding me. A divine force guiding me. Or am I just using my own brains and my voice and my insecurities to guide myself? Which never is anywhere good. And that's the importance of healing. That's the importance of meditation. And these are the two things that you need to, go through if you want your intuition to be stronger. You want to get over that thing of like always negative intuition, never leading you anywhere good. And for God to be able to like speak to you, for Him to be able to like, have conversations with you, and for you to be able to hear it. Because that's God speaking to your spirit. That's your guardian angels, your spirit guides. Speaking to your spirit and guiding you. For you to be able to hear it and really see it clearly. To be guided upon a path that is meant for you, you need to work within. You can't be all negative and just like rowdy and everything is just, upside down inside and you just want everything outside to be great. Wherever you are inside reflects what you are outside. Your thought, your mindset, your emotions, who you are within is the reality that you have right now. So you need to change a lot. You need to change a lot. And trust me, as you're changing and as you're working through yourself, you will see positive. It doesn't mean like nothing negative ever happened to you because, now you're all good and you're healing, you've healed, or everything is fine inside and you have strong intuition. No. Even when you get to the end of the road, you're still gonna have bad things happen to you. That's just part of life. But when they happen, you have a more better approach to it. You have a much more better, I don't even know the word for it. Yeah, better approach. You understand it better. You will move different when things happen to you that isn't positive. You won't move the same way. You wouldn't be having anxiety, depressed, and just down. The way you see things will change. And that's key. So that is the end of this episode. I hope, everything I've said in this episode has really helped you. Because, I know it's a big topic and it's a big thing. And I really, really wanted to be able to, like, buckle down and give you guys a lot of information on this intuition thing. It's a lot. And it's a lot that you need. A lot of people want to have strong intuition. A lot of people, I want to walk with my spirit. I want to be in the spirit. I want to have strong intuition. I want to be with them. I want to be like goddess light. All these positive stuff. All these like, nice things. But you can't get there unless you do the work. A lot of people don't want to do the work. That's a problem. A lot of you don't want to do the work either. You have to do the work within to get the results, okay? This path of alchemy and this path of like spiritual growth and self-development is no easy road. It's no soft life road. It's difficult, it's hard, but it's so rewarding. And it's not hard as in like, you know, something that's like lifting a brick wall, like a whole brick wall or something. But it's hard as in like, you're going to go through challenges, you're going to cry sometimes, you're going to, you know, sometimes want to give up, you're going to sometimes feel so confused. But that's all part of like, you know, is you question everything that you've been taught, questioning yourself, questioning your beliefs, questioning everything. And you kind of like going within and unraveling yourself, changing yourself and like really detoxing yourself from the inside out. And that's not easy. It's hard, but it's very, very rewarding. And it's a lifelong journey to something, you know, it doesn't have a destination. Because as long as you're on this earth, you're always growing, you're always learning. So I hope, you know, this encourages you to start that journey. If you are the person, you know, who does have that thing, you know, my intuition always fails me. I always try to be following that voice within, but never ends anywhere good. I hope that everything I've said in this episode guides you and helps you to know what you need to do to like, you know, better yourself within that part of your spiritual growth and your self-development. So thank you very much for staying all the way to the end with you. I'm super grateful. Thank you. And again, I hope everything here I've just taught you really, really helps you. And if it's not even for you and you know somebody else, you know, who it could help, share it to them, send it to them. Share with your friends, family, your people. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next episode. Mwah.